Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. It's going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're doing an Affinity Cup update on my account, but I'm going to treat this a bit more like a early game guide stroke update because I think there's some good learnings that can come out from what I'm doing for people that start the game. Now, yes, I did start the game with a turbocharged account, so it makes it much faster, but the steps I'm doing are the same whether I've got a turbocharged account or not. So the first thing I did, absolutely first thing I did, was concentrate on my farmer. I got my farmer up to 60 as quickly as I could. For me, that was super fast because we got some resources, but super fast or not, it's what you should do if it's your first, if it's a new account. Get your farmer up to 60 as quickly as you can because he then develops the rest of your team. People were asking me, what gear have you got in your farmer? I'll tell you what gear I've got. All of the gear I got when we started the game. Every piece here is starter gear. These two bits of speed gear are from the tournament that we do, the early game tournament. And then these are all the pieces that we get from login bonuses for the first few days. This gear that you get from login bonuses is all absolutely brilliant for a starter champion, for a starter farmer. I actually got lucky and there was a ring that dropped for me and an amulet that's dropped here. I've only just put those on him. That's literally before. I've done that recently, not since I've done all my stuff. Once I got my farmer up, I started to work on other champions. So I was thinking who would be my second support act in farming. And I've gone for my Umbral, Lifesteal gear, both of them in Lifesteal gear at this stage of the game. And this is all stuff that's dropped from campaign down the bottom here. 5-star stuff that's dropped from the campaign. That's where I've been farming, and this again is stuff that I got. I must have got it as rewards, I guess, for something. I got it as rewards from somewhere. I'm not sure. So you see, I've got a core 2 that are just up to 60 now and concentrating on campaign. If you look through the gear on my other champs, all crap, all bad gear. This is stuff that we get from missions, all bad. From campaign, all of this is campaign. Again, all campaign. So you see, I'm gearing up my champions with campaign gear. I'm using the campaign as my farming source. All the while, though, I've been concentrating on missions. Look how far I'm in missions 2 days in. All I do is I look at the next mission. The missions are really good benchmark for you in terms of where should you be spending some of your time. If you get an arena mission up there, it doesn't mean refresh. It means do some arena fights, fight the ones you think you can win, come out of that, do some more grind in the campaign, get your champs leveled a bit more, then coming back to the arena every time it resets allows you to refresh. Because one thing that I've absolutely learned, this stage of the game, arena is hard. Arena is the hardest part of this game for an early champion, early player. In fact, I'm going to feed it back in because it is way too hard. You know, bronze arena, you're just up against level 50s and level 60s. And, you know, to get yourself up to that silver 1, wow, it's really hard. And, you know, you don't win any defenses pretty much. Yeah, I win a lot of attacks because I'm choosing the people I'm attacking. But look what I've done. I've looked at who's lower leveled than me or less than 4 players, and then I've gone for them. So I'm picking my fights. Even this, look, I've been beaten by a single guy here. Good effort, Pivo. But yeah, I pick my fights quite carefully. I wait for that next refresh to come in, and then I'll hit the refresh. As it is right now, I've picked a couple of fights that I thought I could win. And we'll come back to this in a little while. Look, 260s. Player power means a lot in the early stages. It gives you a good feel for how well they're geared compared to you. When you get to later game, player power doesn't mean anything. At this stage of the game, player power is really important, and also knowing some of these champions is really important as well. So I know when a team looks like it's been put together properly. So that's the arena. I have been farming faction wars every day. You see, not a lot, but we've started to get a few glyphs coming in. If I've got champions that can fight, they are fighting. So every time, I'm only allowed to use Void Affinity, so it's difficult for me. But if I wasn't just using Voids, here's a good one. Then I've been in here every single day, farming up all of the levels that I can. Bellower is going to get me to probably about level 5 or 6 on his own because he's a beast. My Bellower, 6-starred, is a beast. He's going to get me as far as I need him to. But even if you're starting the game today, guys, get yourself into faction wars with the people that you've leveled up today. Beat level 1. Beat level 1 12 times. Get yourself 12 glyphs. Every time you get glyphs, it's going to improve the gear you've got, make everything in the game easier. And actually stockpiling some speed glyphs. Wow, you will love yourself for doing that if you do that now. Do that now. Stockpile some speed glyphs. When you get to really tweaking your clan boss teams in a month's time, you'll be looking back at today and you'll be like, yes, yes, Hell Hades. That is exactly the right advice, because it will, there, one more speed for my gear. You think, it doesn't mean anything. It means a ton. It means so much when you get further in the game. So you can see here, I can breeze through some levels of faction wars with some of my champions. Other levels, I'm struggling. I've got my level 45 Bulwark. He's doing it on his own, but he's only beating like level 2. So this is my best champion in my best gear, and he's breezing through so far. We're probably going to hit a wall in a minute. Another speed lift though, thank you very much. On to the first boss. I doubt he can do the first boss by himself, I'm not sure. If he can, fair play. Fair play, Bellower. But the Faction Wars is not the competition until week 3. But the earlier I can get in some levels on Faction Wars, I've got no chance. The earlier I can get some levels in and start to build up my star count here. See this? So we've now got 6 stars there. Build up my star count in places like this. 2 more here. The easier I will find it in week 3 when I'm up against the other guys and I'm trying to push on. You also get rewards, yeah? Don't think that 50,000 silver, when I've only got 400,000, I want that 50,000, right? So don't think I'm not pushing for that stuff. I think that's the only one I can do today. The rest of them I don't have the heroes for. No one in Void. Can't do that. So Faction Wars, I've been grinding every day. Clan Boss, I've been hitting every day. Let's show you a hit against normal, I guess. I got the max chest for normal. Actually, I might just go straight for hard. Couple of brews, thank you. I got the weakest chest here on this one. A few more brews, we'll take it. Level up our champs quicker. So I'm going to go straight in for hard now, because I think I can get max chest on hard today. I don't have any. I've got 1 key in my what do you call this area? Main box. And you'll see the team I'm running. It will only be a quick run because the team's weak. But you'll see here, I've got my Bellower. He's my best champion. He's going to be in every team I run at the moment. Umbral, same, level 60. She's coming in. These are the only 2 with masteries. We've got my Cold Heart to do a Heart Seekers. We've got Bulwark to try and do something for us, maybe a HP burn. I tried her. She's not very good. I'm going to put her back in for the speed. So on this instance, normally, all I'm trying to do is get decreased attack, decreased defense on as much as I can. I don't have the accuracy, guys. I don't have the accuracy to land anything at this level. So all I'm doing is relying on War Master hits. I'm relying on, actually sometimes he gets his HP burn off. I'm relying on War Master hits from my 2 people with masteries. And I'm pretty much just relying on hits. That 58,000 there is massive for me. You watch this, decrease attack, not a chance. Oh, we did get it. We did get it. So I can hit auto. Generally, if I was not doing this on a video, I would actually probably manual this. I would manual it to try and get the best possible results that I can. But even at this level, I mean, chances are it's going to be fairly low scoring because I just don't have the accuracy in my teams yet to be able to do a lot. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're starting to pull up. We're starting to get some artifacts that can help me now. You see the drop defense gone on, which means we just get a little bit more damage out. I do want my Bulwark landing his Weaken. Weaken is more effective early game clan boss than decreased defense. So that's why Bulwark's coming into the team. He can also extend these debuffs, which is useful because we don't land them that often. So I'm trying to work on his accuracy to build him up. At the moment, there's a whole bunch of stats I want to work on, and it's just impossible to do it in the very early game. But we're working on it. We're trying to get ourselves to a good place. You see my Cold Heart just dies super fast right now. We don't have a geared for clan boss at all. We don't really have a geared at all in general. But we've got the right kind of makeup here. I think Umbral would not be in a clan boss team if I wasn't reliant on both my level 60s being in one. But you can see here, we're doing a decent amount of damage already. A couple of million in the bank. Going to start to lose people here from about turn 10. Got the weaken on, which is good. And you now start to see 72,000 for a Warmaster proc. So you see the damage does scale quite nicely with weaken. So I'm relying on that to just help me out on this area. We don't have a decreased attack on, which just means we take a lot of damage now. Turn 10 onwards, take a lot of damage. If I can get myself to a point where I'm 4-keying hard today, I'd be really pleased with that. And that's what you should be doing, guys. Every discipline in this game, you should be focused on pushing yourself as hard as you can, as quickly as you can. Clan boss being one of the ones that I would say is absolutely worth your investment in time early on. We're doing, what, 9.3 million here to hard clan boss day 3. I know we've got 60s and stuff, but I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with that. This is definitely a 4-key team for max chest. Umbreal's actually not bad as well. She puts that unkillable on herself, gives us a bit more damage. So 3.2 million there. You see all of the damage is coming from my level 60s because they got masteries. That's where the damage is coming from. Bulwark's putting a bit in. Cold Heart's putting a bit in. Golden Reaper is literally just there for speed right now. So 3.2 against the max chest of 11. We should be doing that quite comfortably today. And then the other thing is campaign. So campaign, I have romped through the campaign with my Bellower. Got my farmer going. We've literally 3-starred all of Brutal with Umbral and Bellower. I'm on to Nightmare now. I've 3-starred all of the first area. It starts to get hard here. And this is where it gets very difficult. So this boss I've been struggling with. I need to gear the rest of the champs better to stand a chance, really. Maybe we try this. But my Umbral is coming up pretty big. She's coming up pretty big to help me through this stuff. Because she just does a whole bunch of damage. And she's defense-based, so she's able to keep herself alive quite nicely. But this guy hits like an absolute truck. I'm going to try and stop him hitting me. We've got the drop termite. That's actually so effective here. Because he was nuking my team down hard. So we might get through at least wave 1 without losing anyone here. We need to start to conserve abilities now for wave 2. Try and get some of them back. Umbral's great because she comes back with like a full host of her abilities for the next wave. She's provoked anyway, so I kind of don't want to kill her here. I probably will. Yeah. I wanted some of those cooldowns back down. But here we go. Second wave then. Second wave. We've blocked out both of these guys' skills, which is really helpful. Block buffs, that's not really going to do us a lot of good. We're just pushing out damage. We're probably going to get to the boss, maybe with 2 of these guys alive, if I'm lucky. We're actually stopping them from having goes though. It's quite nice here. This is easily the best I've done on this stage. And I've tried it a few times. I've re-geared people a little bit since I tried it. So I've spent pretty much all of my silver doing it. So I think we just lay in this and hopefully get everyone through to the boss. Game's freezing, that's always fun. Getting some cooldowns back. Okay, nice. So we should be through to the boss. Who's going next? Yeah. So we're through to the boss as a 4. First time I've done that. Any stages, because campaign is early game contest for us. Any stages that I can beat here is a bonus. If I drop his termite, we're in with a chance. Dropped his attack and his defense. You see what I'm doing though, guys? I'm manualing the game. When you get to this sort of stage, you need to manual the game. You know, you can't just rely on auto all the time. I'm a nightmare campaign and I need to use the right abilities at the right time to get the most out of this. So he's not doing as much damage because we dropped his attack. We can throw that one out there first. That hits quite hard. We can try and get a poison on him here because I've got his healing down. It's all about using the abilities at the right time. Try and get a bit more extension on these, which is cool. Throw out the big hits. He doesn't get provoked, he's a boss. And if I could get round to that Cold Heartseeker again, we might even keep everyone alive here. We've got drop speed on him from our Bellower. But no, we're not going to, so she's going to die. That's a shame. Another Heartseeker there would have been good. Got a big decrease attack on now. I think I can probably hit auto here. I think we do this. Because we've got lifesteal gear on the Bellower and the Umbral, we might lose Golden Reaper as well, but we should keep everyone alive here because we've got enough debuffs now going on to drop them. So yeah, that's progression again. Week 1, we're fighting on campaign, we're fighting on dragon, and we're fighting on clan boss and arena. And I'm pushing all of those very hard. And that's what you should be doing. Get yourself as far through the campaign as possible if you're an early game player, and then get yourself to a point where you can farm gear. I've been farming, so I got myself through Brutal Campaign. I've gone back to the lifesteal area of Brutal Campaign, and I'm just farming for gear. 5-star gear, uncommon, doesn't matter. That's nice, we're through that one. I'll show you where I mean. I've gone back to Brutal, and I've gone back to farming Valdemir. These 3 levels. Try to get myself 5-star gloves with HP, crit rate, or defense percentage on. Try to get myself 5-star chests with defense percentage and HP percentage on. And try to get myself 5-star boots with speed on them. This massively helps me. If you look at my inventory right now, five-star, 5-star, 5-star. It's all of this is common gear, and I've got the same stuff starting to go onto my guys. 4-star, 5-star, common gear. That's all we've done to try and get ourselves through it. So good early start, guys. Really enjoying the Affinity Cup. I'm streaming it 5 nights a week, more than that at times. So absolutely come and join me. Look here, this is a chance I can win. Although this is actually a bit of a bait team because it's set up really well. Speed lead, speed, decrease defense, nuke. It looks like it's a weak team. We've got team power. I bet they beat me. This is actually a team that's been put together pretty well if they're fast enough. Speed, buff, drop defense. If he was a tiny bit quicker, 100% I'm dead. Now, I've cut in. If I taunt him, provoke him, which I did, I now win. That's pretty much as simple as it is. If he was a tiny bit faster there, he beats me because that team is really well put together. Anyway, guys, that's probably enough for today. Come and get involved. It's been really fun so far. Team Dragon for the win. I'm trying to take down Chosen. Let's see if I can get it done. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you all soon.